with our backpack stuffed with all basic necessities. Me, with Sreelal, my friend, our destination being Bharat Scout Guides from Kerala, set forth to record all sights I could capture of India, my homeland, to weave a wonderful saga of our experience of Bharat, a vibrant world within a country. With great thrill, we boarded the train from Kochuveli, Kerala, in anticipation of exploring India's richly diverse northern landscape. Our destination being Vaishno Devi in Jammu Tawi. So with our minds filled with anticipation and excitement, and our hearts resonating with the rhythm of the train that took 3 days to reach, giving us a short glimpse of our capital city, Delhi and Ludhiana, among other places of import en route, we arrived at Jammu Tawi around 9 a.m. Towering mountains keep beautiful Jammu cocooned in its lap. Here peace is fragile and the mountain air thin. And our trip to Katra, just 44 km away in a minibus, took longer than anticipated for security was high. At security checkpoints, men were frisked, while women were shown a considerate leniency. And traversing along the precarious, picturesque hairpin bends, we from Kerala, living at sea level, climbed an altitude of 2,474 feet to reach our destination, Katra, the campsite. The Goli Soda stall that we witnessed on our way was a delightful visual experience, for it was almost getting obsolete in our state, Kerala. The sky was clear, there was a nip in the air, and with life paired with the rocking motion of the camera. I choose to narrate in pictures, a life story that is refreshed each time it is revisited. We reached Katra, our campsite, around noon and checked in. We had been selected for the camp for adult leaders, Bharat Scout and Guides, for a 5-day trekking camp, Scouting being a worldwide organization aiming at mental, physical and spiritual development of young growing children with strong focus on outdoor and survival skills. The inaugural ceremony was a joyous one. We were 56 in number. Getting to know each other was the best part. No relatives, no familiar faces, only the warmth of kindness of people whom we quickly started calling friends surfaced. It was all song and dance where language offered no barrier. Camp members from all over Bharat entertained each other with raga and thala, the universal language and the language of the universe. Evening was closing in and most of us decided to explore the quaint little town by taking a leisurely stroll through its colorful, exotic alleys. Food, people and the place, richly diverse in nature, imparted a vivid wow factor that thrilled the lensman in me.
हमारे बड़े छोटे बच्चे
Pani Puri, a North Indian favorite street snack consisting of a crisp fried puri, hollowed and filled with a flavored water, was a definite try, and so were sweet gulab jamun, which were a treat to both the eyes and one's taste buds.
अब ये देखिए, ये गोलगप्पा हम खा रहे हैं और बहुत ही टेस्टी है, बहुत ही टेस्टी। और कहाँ पे खा रही हैं? कटरा में खा रही हैं और इतना अच्छा, बहुत
This is gulab jamun and this is samosas. Jamun की favorite dish है।
India is a land of color, a land of Alankara, and the wayside shops loudly proclaim this fact. Studio with models of photography, restricted area acted as a solace to many who loved to have a photographic souvenir to take home. Day one ended after supper comprising of chapati and curry at the campsite, and all went early to bed to rest well before a hectic day too. Morning air was cool and fresh, and we all got up early to take a stroll and then walked over to Shrine Board, Greda School, to have another session of exercise and also to get more acquainted with each other. Acclimatizing ourselves to the altitude was also a crucial factor for us. Living in low-lying areas, for as we climb higher, the air becomes thinner, and sitting on a rest mat, did yoga exercise and got ourselves physically fit and fresh to face yet another adventure-packed day with vigor.
आपका जो शारीरिक का रूप है वो चेंज हो जाएगा। आप स्ट्रेस देना है इसको। किसी चीज़ का दुख जाहिर ना करें, मुझे दुख नहीं चाहिए। किसी को 5 बार करें। सांस लीजिए, छोड़िए। जितना सैक्रिफाइस आप कर सकती हैं, क्योंकि टाइम की पाबंदी है, मेरे लिए 2 घंटे का योग चाहिए, मैं नहीं कर सकता।
At the sports complex, we had another session of songs and entertainment, where tutors of various scout division likes Cubs and Bulbuls, Scouts and Guides, Rovers and Rangers all came out with their skills and expertise. The morning passed by enjoyably. Back at the campsite, after lunch, all of us got our gears ready to get up for our much looked forward to trekking trip to Vaishno Devi temple. Trekking. Though a soft adventure sport needs good physical condition, and as for me, I needed the strength all the more as I had to carry my camera equipment too. Trekking is surely a joyful walking experience which help one to enjoy rural regions, rugged hills and valleys, and discover relatively unspoiled wilderness. Vaishno Devi is one of the holiest of Hindu pilgrimage sites of India, which is dedicated to Goddess Shakti. The mandir is located on Trikuta mountain, almost 13.5 kilometers away from Katra, at an altitude of 5,300 feet above sea level. Pilgrims from all over the world visit Vaishno Devi, making it the second most visited shrine in India. All kinds of people, whether young or old, sick or healthy, take the challenging trek from Katra to get the holy shrine. We joined together with various other groups that were climbing to the cave, and almost immediately we could feel the devotion run through our body with every breath we took. For those who cannot manage to pull off the arduous task, there are ponies, palanquins, electric vehicles, ropeways and palkis that take one to the Bhavan for a darshan. Chopper rides are also available for devotees. One place that struck me most, and which is a very popular joint too, is the dosha point Himkoti. Dosha is the South Indian dish. We reached there around 10 p.m. but darshan was not possible until 3 a.m. Though our place of stay was arranged and all pilgrims were provided with sleeping gear and blankets, sleep turned out to be near impossible because of bed bugs that infested the place in great numbers. The really tired slept, but many of us sang through the night and had real fun. And here again, the camaraderie among the teammates spread warmth among us in the biting cold.
जे कोई शकी लगदा मैं खदे ते डाटी चाहिए पिंड पैरा लगदा राती मिलन ना आई रे पिंड पैरा लगदा सामने सोलों दी रुस के ना रंग माया चल चलो बोलिए फिर तो वो बड़ा हो जाता है मतलब जो वो पूरा हाँ 2 साल के आप जैसा कोई आदमी उठा के गलत उसके पीछे मार देता ना जोर से तो पता है कैसे करता है अब इसके को ट्रांसलेट कर समझ आ गया क्या when someone hits the dog hits the dog बड़ा dog छोटा नहीं बड़ा big This is not big sign. Big stick, मोटे डंडे से। जब वो क्या करता है वो बता क्या करता है? पीने तमुआ तनाए सा करे कंधे नाचन को आज कर तू की लकी है सगाई सा करे कंधे नाचन को आज कर तू की लकी है सगाई सा करे कंधे नाचन को आज
Exhausted people lay huddled everywhere, in the corridors, in the pavements, all with just one thought in their soul, darshan of Vaishno Devi Mother. As the morning slowly broke, we together moved in unison towards the temple. With great reverence, we moved into the temple, and on our way, we encountered with many scenic vision that made indelible marks in our soul. There is a belief that if you decide to build a house, one can stack stones into a heap according to the number of stories one has in mind. And with Devi's blessing, it will soon materialize. I too followed course, and it was an entirely solemn experience. Sreelal and I enjoyed and absorbed every tiny experience that we happened upon on the way. The drum beats that spurred us on with renewed vigor, the breathtaking views that stopped our breaths, the descending choppers that hummed like drones. Yes, here in this lovely wilderness, we came across the fusion of technology and nature in harmony with each other, and my camera soaked it all. Our darshan was one of the most spiritual of experiences we have ever had. Soon began our descent, which was done at more leisurely and relaxing pace, and we reached back at our campsite at about 3 in the afternoon. The roads are well maintained, and there is a medical assistant too readily available all along the way. Everything is run meticulously smooth and perfectly by the Vaishno Devi board committee. Evening, we had our campfire, which was quite unique because the warmth and light came from the mobile torchlight, and we sang, "Campfire is burning, campfire is burning, draw nearer, in the gloaming, come sing and be merry." From then on, it was fun time. Most of us were dressed in our traditional attire, and each one of us looked so unique, so individualistic, and yet so belonging. And then we dissolved into our culture and tradition by singing songs and dancing to our tunes. It was truly enriching and entertaining. Sreelal and I, when our tune came, sang the unique boat race song of Kerala, Arpo Irro, a catchy song that soon became a tune on everyone's lips. During these sessions, they seeped into all of us more deeply, and we lived it literally. The intense concept of our motherland, unity in diversity. We all woke up on time and started getting ready for our next trekking experience. Morning time was again a time of laughter and bonding. We were very much fascinated by the way the Pagari turban was tied and worn by our dear friend Mr. Makhan Singh. He was wonderful enough to demonstrate it for us, and I captured every moment of this intricate solemn ritual into my camera with delight. The flag off ceremony was by Naresh, Superintendent of Police, Jammu. He gave us an inspiring speech, and soon we were on our way to Shivakori Shrine Cave, which was 80 kilometers away from Katra by minibus.
भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय।
Song and dance mingled with unbelievably magical landscape were experiences that made our relationship as strong as kith and kin. From Ransu, the base camp of pilgrimage people have to traverse about 3 kilometers on foot on track recently constructed by the Shivakori Shrine Board.
सत्यो जातं प्रपद्यामि सत्यो जाताय वै नमो नमः भवे भवेनातिभवे भवस्व मां भवोद्भवाय नमः वामदेवाय नमो ज्येष्ठाय नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमः रुद्राय नमः कालाय नमः कलविकर्णाय नमः बलविकर्णाय नमो बलाय नमः बलप्रमदनाय नमः सर्वभूतदमनाय नमो मनोन्मनाय नमः अघोरेभ्यो दघोरेभ्यो घोरघोरतलेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः.
The climb is very steep, and as before, we all together made it quite an experience accompanied by many group of drummers who made our fatigue disappear by pepping us up with their rhythmic beats. On reaching Shivakori Shrine, our experience was richly spiritual. This natural cave is about 200 meters long, 1 meter wide and 2 to 3 meter high, and contains a self-made ice lingam, which according to the people is unending. The first entrance to this cave is wide and its cavern is spacious enough to accommodate large number of people. The inner chamber of the cave is smaller. The passage from outer to inner chamber is low and small, and at one spot it divides itself into 2 parts. To reach the sanctorium, one has to stoop low, crawl, or adjust one's body sidewards. Inside, a naturally created image of Lord Shiva about 4 meters high is visible. The cave's roof is etched the snake formations. Pigeons are also seen here. Our experience here is too solemn to be described with mere words. Our way back also was vivid and colorful as our trip towards Shivakori Kshetra, and we reached back by evening.
तभी तो आपके पास खड़ा हूँ।
That night was a night when all of us grew a little subdued and quiet. For the next day of our 5-day camp was winding up. The bonding we had formed was so strong that the fact that we belonged to various states and the fact that we spoke different languages were all erased as all stood strongly together, silently proclaiming to each other that we are Indians, and that the concept of honors flowed strongly through our blood. Our friends took us out in the evening and introduced us to the local cuisine while we shared with them our Kerala delicacies.
जम्मू दी बेइज्जती नहीं करवानी हम आपको न्यूज़पेपर में ला रहे हैं खंडे मीठे लोग दोगे बता दो मेरे को खंडे मीठे लोग ही होते हैं
Next day, we got up leisurely. Many had to be stirred awake. Many of us tried to purposefully ignore the backpacks that kept appearing now and then. And many tried to distract themselves by concentrating on folding their clothes. We all took great care to look our best in our scout uniform that we took great pride in, and slowly started our painful task of saying goodbye to each other. After breakfast came the closing ceremony and we were then given our certificates. As each kept leaving, Sreelal and myself slowly started feeling a kind of emptiness creeping into our hearts, and all we could do was sit quietly for a while, reminiscing about the wonderful 5 days we had. Due to security reasons, travel being slower due to security checks, we would be unable to reach Srinagar in time for flight. Hence, we had to catch our flight back from Jammu. And since the flight was a day after, we had one more day to spare. So, when the hill resort Patni Top, which lay at an altitude of 2024 feet from Khatra, was suggested, we decided to give it a go. Snowfall during winter season restricts people from reaching Patni Top. For during that time, it wears a thick coat of white snow, almost 8 meters thick. Hovering above a beautiful plateau, Patni Top is encircled by dense forest and trickling lovely crystalline streams. It is also well known for its freshwater springs. Nature spreading its glorious beauty with dense pine forest and flourishing green landscape provided a temporary escape for Sreelal and me. As we sauntered around, we came across apple trees that hung long with the fruit. The taste of garden fresh apples was really as heavenly as experience of the place was. We also visited Naga Mandir in Kerala. It is one of the very few mandirs where we can enter the sanctum sanctorium and offer prayers, after which prasad is given to us by the pujari. The whole temple has the image of Naga wrought everywhere. It was a solemn spiritual experience. By dusk, we returned and en route, we dropped in at our friend Sonam Gupta's house as they had invited us over. We had a wonderful time with them, enjoying their warm reception. It was actually at the camp that I recognized Advocate Smiley Gupta's natural instincts and skill for modeling. With my camera, I shot her in different poses from their hometown Jammu and also took still for her brother and his friends when we went to visit them. On reaching Kerala, their photographs soon became very catchy and popular on Manorama Online. The day that began with a feeling of emptiness now ended with a great feeling of happiness, camaraderie, and oneness. When individuals who stand for the same ideals meet, what arises from it simply a circle of friendship. With all the wonderful happenings that happened to us during those 7 days, now captured in my camera, we headed back home. We boarded our flight from Jammu. We were quiet during our flight, lost in thought. But as our flight neared our destination, Trivandrum, our heart leaped in joy. For home is always heaven, and as my little children came bouncing in joy towards me, I instantly plunged into the state of utmost delight.